These may be the most dangerous shoes in the world. Oh, and they also perforate your lawn. Interested in making a pair for yourself? Stand by, I'll show you how. These shoes are just about 12 inches long, size 8.5. So I'm going to mark this board in 4 equal increments and then affix it to the shoes, sandwich it. Well, you'll see how it goes. For mounting the shoes on the board, I'm going to start with these machine screws, 24. They're flat on the end. I'm going to put a washer on the inside and then bolt them down through here. May have to get some longer ones. So that I make sure I got straight cuts, I'm going to actually make the holes now and then drill down and clamp off the board so when I cut them they're even. These are number 10 screws, so I'm going to use a 3/16 inch drill bit to make the holes. Drill the holes and put the hardware in place where I think it's going to go, and that will help clamp all these boards down so when I hand jigsaw it'll be an even cut all the way around. I'm just trying to trim it down so that it's not too wide so that your feet trip over each other, and to give a left and a right side if there is one. Now on to jigsaw the other side. I noticed the end was a little off, so I'm going to just kind of even it out with the jigsaw. This step is optional, but since I have the sander, I'm just going to sand down all the edges, make it a little smoother. For each side, I've done right and left, and right number 2 and left number 2, and then I'm going to drill holes in here for the sandwich, and then put the nails in there and sandwich it up like this. Using a 3/32 drill bit, which matches the nails, I drilled 14 holes, evenly spaced, and I circled the holes where the screws are going to go through the mount of the shoe and sandwich the build together. This is what they look like sandwiched, but before the shoes are mounted. You can see that those are going to work out well, and for some reason if the nails bend, then you just replace them. Now for what probably is the most trickiest part of the build, is mounting the shoes. So I think I'm going to go for this approach from the back. Clamp the shoes down, drill the holes from the back using the template of the holes, and I could feel when the drill had made it through. Now I'm going to put in these washers and these screws. This is what it looks like with the hardware installed coming out the other end, and then I'll just mount that to this piece. If you're having problems finding the hole in the shoe, just run a Phillips head screwdriver and then the hole will reveal itself. I'm gonna spray paint so that it helps preserve it. It's wet outside when you're walking around with your spiked shoes. And I'm touching it up with some green spray paint. It's been 24 hours and I've allowed this to dry. I've marked the sides, right top inside, which is the top, and then this is the right bottom. This is where the nails are going to go, and the circles are where the hardware goes to the shoe. These are old shoes. I was going to throw them away anyway, so it's nice that I can recycle them and use them in some practical way. I've also made it so that I can replace the nails and maybe even use this for a stilt build that I've been considering in the future. Here's the shoe complete with the spikes installed. Problems getting in way back into those screws. Made a hole so I could pass through the screwdriver, and that really helped out a lot. Now it's just a matter of putting the insole in. And it's comfortable. The flat head on the screws really helps. Lace this one up, and that's one done. And I'll do the same thing the other side. And these 2x4s, pieces of scrap wood, are really helpful from my table getting damaged. Let's catch up on this build. I used 2-inch nails, and I walked around and I was pretty happy with myself, only to realize after the fact that some of the nails had actually failed through the 1/4-inch wood. Now, part of me would have loved to take and publish this video and take credit for it and move on, but I just didn't feel good because I didn't think that that was going to be fair if somebody actually went to all the work of putting one of these together only to see it fail like this. And I went from a 2-inch nail, which was cheaper, to a 3-inch nail, which was more expensive, but look at the beefiness of the difference. And the other thing that I noticed that I was trying to get rid of is there just was too much play here. There was not enough strength. So I doubled down and went to 1/2-inch plywood, and then I took and put a washer, a 1/8 inch, 3/4 inch washer, to further strengthen the hole, and that sucker's not going anywhere. I'm a little concerned that this might push up like it did here, you can see, and so I have that metal plate, and I'll show you the video downstairs where I rolled over the coffee can basically to get some sheet metal for this build. One side with the sheet metal and the other side just the way it is, and see if it makes a difference. That is wicked. The lawn doesn't have a chance. And you've got yourself a protection barrier. Caution! You gotta be careful with this metal. The tin snips leave a nice sharp edge. Razor sharp. And got me here and got me here. So I'm covering that with a little bit of electrical tape just as a protective measure, so that when I'm handling it, it's not going to cut me again. Then I took a nail punch, used it as a template, lined it up for the holes that are going to be here, mounting the shoe to the spikes. Went through there, boom, 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 boom. Expanded the holes, made them big enough for the screws. Boy, I tell you what, that might make an awesome slider on ice. 1 3/4 number 10 screws. But you can see with the heel in the back, it really wasn't making it through at 1 3/4. So I swapped out to a 2-inch screw, number 10. And yeah, I got a little extra more than I would like, but it made it a lot easier trying to set that thing up. So depending on the size of your heel, you might need a 2-inch number 10 screw for the back. Everything is down, cinched and tight. These are really dangerous. I'm going to have to come up with a way of storing them so nobody gets hurt. And there you go. One pair of customized lawn battle spikes ready to go. Now for the outdoor test. Kind of feel like Godzilla taking on the world. Very easy to walk in, and they're customized to you because you're using an old pair of shoes. Much better than the 2-inch nail shoes. I know you're probably wondering, how do you safe the most dangerous shoes in the world? A little bit of foam, kind of like crampons. It's used for ice climbing. Some paracord, a simple knot, And they're safe until you need them again. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching.